नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते राधानाथ स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पश्चात्य देशतारिणे। ओमज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरू श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च। श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सकगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्रीराधा कृष्ण पादान् सकगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसूते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्तवृन्द। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे। ईश्वर परम कृष्ण सच्चिदानंद विग्रह अनादिरादिर्गोविंद सर्व कारण कारणम। ओम तत्सत। Hare Krishna. By the causeless mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead Sri Krishna, we are nicely studying Bhagavad Gita, the purest and topmost knowledge, Pavitram Idam Uttamam. By Krishna's causeless mercy, now we are successfully studying in the 15th chapter. We just finished 2 slokas in the 15th chapter. The Yoga of the Supreme Person. We are understanding more about Krishna. We are understanding all about ourselves, everything only from Bhagavad Gita, the song of God. So, last chapter, in the 14th chapter, we understood very clearly about the 3 modes of material nature, how they are controlling us, and how to free ourselves from the 3 modes of material nature. That also is very clear. Just in one sloka itself, Krishna just gave the knowledge how to free ourselves from the modes of nature. Just engage in Krishna's devotional service all the time. That's very important. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is using the word without any break, without a second thing. That's what Ananya, without a second thing. Ananya. All the time. We have to be engaged in Krishna's service. Ananyas chintayanto mam. That's what Ananyas means, without a second thing. So that means not thinking about anything else. Ananyas chintayanto means not thinking about anything else. Ananyas chintayanto mam. So that's what Krishna is saying. So Krishna's bhaktas who are rendering devotional service only unto Krishna. Ye janaga paryupasate tesam nityabhiyuktanam. So those people, ye jana, so they are always engaged in my service. Tesam nityabhiyuktanam. Then what we need? Krishna will bring it to us. Yoga kshemam vahami aham. So that means we don't have to think about what we need. We don't have to think, plan about how to materialistically become successful in this material world, how to achieve material things. We don't have to think about them. We have to think only about Krishna. Then what all we need, Krishna will bring it to us. That's it. Normally, to achieve our goals in this material world, we are thinking about our goals. We are thinking about what we want to achieve, how to achieve. We are planning, we are acting, we are doing everything for that purpose. But instead of doing that, if we just think only about Krishna, not about anything, so that means our goal should be only to think about Krishna. That should be only our goal, nothing else. Only think about Krishna. That should be only our goal. So if you think about Krishna all the time, then we don't have to worry about anything. Krishna will take care of everything. He's the Supreme Lord. He's the source of everything. There is no one above him. Simply by knowing that itself, we will become a great devotee of Krishna. That's it. Itimatva bhajante mam buddhaha bhava samanvita. That's it. Itimatva bhajante mam. That's it. Itimatva bhajante mam. Just by knowing this, anyone who knows this will render devotional service unto Krishna, will start thinking about Krishna all the time. So knowing what? I am the source of everything. Everything emanates from me. Aham sarvasya prabhavo mattaga sarvam pravartate. So everything comes from Krishna. So Krishna creates everything. Etat yonini bhutani sarvani thi upadaraya aham krishnasya jagattaha prabhavaka pralayas tata. That's what Krishna says. So Krishna is the source of creation and annihilation. So everything is created, everything will get annihilated. That is the reality of this material world. Even this earth is not a permanent one. At some point of time in future, there won't be even a single drop of water in this earth. Now we are looking for water in other planets to find out whether there are any living beings, any life, whether there is any life in other planets. But at some point of time in future, there won't be any life in this earth because there won't be any water here. Everything will get dried up. All the ocean, everything what we see, all the water will get dried up. Scientifically speaking, the sun is ever expanding. The sun is not same all the time. It's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So that means the heat coming to the earth is going to be even increasing more. We are worried about global warming, man-made problems. So that's what we are thinking, that this earth is becoming hot. That is true. But also, over a period of time, thinking about millions and billions of years, so this earth will become a place where nothing can live, completely inhabitable. So that's what we need to, we can't live in this world. That is the reality. So that way we understand that this is a temporary place. This earth itself is a temporary planet. That's it. So we need to have that knowledge that everything is temporary. Everything is changing. But we don't even have to think so much about what's going to happen in this earth. As far as the individual self is concerned, for us, it's only a matter of few decades. That's it. Or if a person is very old, it's simply a matter of few years. That's it. Afterwards, if we don't come back to this earth, we don't even have to think or worry about this. If you know the secret, if you understand this Bhagavad Gita very well, if we are able to fully focus our mind only on Krishna all the time, then we are going to remember Krishna at the time of death. We are not going to think about anything else. That means we are not going to come back to this material world. In this life itself, it is possible. That means in this life itself, we can conquer birth, another birth in this material world. Jitaga sarga. Esam samye sitam managa. For those who are able to have control and get a steady mind. So, esam samye sitam managa. So, you will become equal to nirdosam vi samam brahma. Tasmat brahmani tesitaka. So, we'll be free from all faults, nirdosham. And then we'll become equal to Brahman. Nirdosam vi samam Brahman. So that is possible when we are able to completely control our mind. Esam samye sitam managa. Tasmat brahmani te stita. So this Bhagavad Gita is teaching us the knowledge to leave this world forever, not come back. Only a person who has no faith on this Bhagavad Gita, who is not listening to Krishna, who is not following this Bhagavad Gita, he cannot go to Krishna and he will return back to this material world. Ashaddadana Purushaga Dharmasyasya Parantapa Aprapyamam Nivartante Mrityu Samsara Vartmani. So, anyone who has no faith, Ashaddadana Purushagam, Dharmasyasya, in this Dharma. So, Aprapyamam, they cannot come to me. And Nivartante, they will come back to this mortal world, Mrityu, Samsara, Vartmani. But a devotee of Krishna who is focusing his mind only on Krishna, who is rendering devotional service to Krishna all the time, who has faith on Krishna, who has faith on this Bhagavad Gita, who is following this Bhagavad Gita very sincerely, who is a great devotee of Krishna and able to focus and fix the mind all the time on Krishna. For him, Krishna is teaching us that Etu sarvani karmani mayi sanyasya matparaga ananyenaiva yogena mam tyayanta upasate tesamakam samudartam mrityu samsara sakam bhavamina chirat pata mayyavesita chetasa. So for him, Krishna will quickly deliver them from this ocean of material miseries. They will not come back. But a person who is not a devotee of Krishna, who is not following, who has no faith on this Bhagavad Gita, so he will come back to this mortal world again and again. So that means we have to struggle and suffer in the material world. That is not good for ourselves. So we need to fully surrender unto Krishna and take shelter unto Krishna and simply follow this Bhagavad Gita and develop attachment only on Krishna. Then by Krishna's causeless mercy, we can go to Goloka. That kind of opportunity Krishna has given us in this Bhagavad Gita. Because by studying this Bhagavad Gita again and again, by understanding that we have to give up all attachments to this material world. In fact, today we are going to study two more slokas in the 15th chapter, the sloka number 3 and 4. Krishna is very clearly teaching us that we need to go to the place. Having gone, we should not come back. That's what is very important. We should not go to a place where we die again. That's not a good thing for ourselves. We already went to such places a lot and lot in the past, innumerable number of times, unlimited number of times, countless number of times. We have taken birth and we died actually. So many times we died. There is no count. But now, this is an opportunity. This is a chance for us to stop that nonsense. So, our mind should think only about Krishna, not about anything else. So, thinking about Krishna will take us to Goloka. So, focusing our mind on Krishna will take us to Goloka. No doubt about it. And we are going to go to Goloka, no doubt about it. Because we have got the opportunity to know all about ourselves, and Krishna is giving us all the knowledge what we need, and we are able to study every day what Krishna is teaching us. So that means we are not forgetting. And this sloka, so many times when we study, it's going to stay with us. This knowledge is going to stay with us, and we are not going to forget it. So that means we always know very well that Krishna is the Supreme Person. There is no confusion at any point of time. And we will not be bewildered at all. And we know that it's very difficult to control the restless mind because Krishna and Arjuna himself agreed on that. But Krishna said very clearly that by practicing it is possible. So we are practicing it, and we have the hope, we have the faith that by Krishna's causeless mercy, who is the Rishikesha, who is the master of all senses. So by his causeless mercy, we can definitely control our mind and senses and think about Krishna and go to Goloka. It's very much possible. We just have to desire to please Krishna. That's it. We just have that, develop that desire to serve Krishna, and that will come automatically when we experience the ultimate happiness, the enjoyment when we experience. Then we will not leave it. In this material world, why people are getting addicted to material things, like a person who is addicted to smoking or addicted to drinking alcohols and all such things, because they are getting that experience and they get addicted to that. But unfortunately, in this material world, all such addictions are very dangerous. It's not good for the self at all. But if we experience the happiness by remembering Krishna, serving Krishna, if we see in our life, actually, in our day-to-day life, just because of we are engaged in Krishna's service all the time, if we are able to see that all our problems are going away. That's what Krishna is teaching in Bhagavad Gita. Machittaga sarvadurgani matprasada tarishashi. So if you think about me all the time, then by my mercy, all your problems will be gone. All your obstacles will be removed. If you are able to experience that, if you are able to feel that, then we are going to get addicted to serve Krishna. That's it. Because we are finding happiness. We are finding enjoyment by engaging ourselves in Krishna's service with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. So then we will get addicted to serving Krishna only. So this is a very scientific process. And this will take us to Krishna. This will take us to Goloka. Because at the time of death, if you remember Krishna, we can go to Goloka. That's it. Antakalecha mameva smaranmutva kalevaram yaprayati sa madbhavam yati. Na astyatra samsaya. So at the time of death, if you remember me, you will come to me. There is no doubt about it. That's what Krishna is teaching. So we finished 2 slokas in the 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So in the sloka number, in the very first sloka of the 15th chapter we studied, Shri Bhagavan Vacha Urdhvamulam Matah Shakam Asvatam Prahuravyayam Chandamsi Yasya Parnani Yastam Veda Saveda Viti. Sri Bhagavan Vacha, the Supreme Personality of Godhead said, Urdhva Moolam, the root is going upwards, Adaka Sakam, whereas the branches, this Shakam, the branches are coming downwards. So Urdhva Moolam, Adaka Shakam, and Aswatam. So there is a banyan tree. And Chandamsi Asya Parnani, the leaves are the Vedic hymns. Parnani, the leaves. Chandamsi, they are the Vedic hymns. Yastham Veda, Saveda Ved. Anyone who knows this is the knower of Vedas. Anyone who understands knows this banyan tree, so they are the knower of the Vedas. That's what Krishna is saying. Yastham Veda, Saveda. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, it is said that there is an imperishable banyan tree that has its roots upward and its branches down, and whose leaves are the Vedic hymns. One who knows this tree is the knower of the Vedas. Then in the next sloka we studied, in the sloka number 2, Adashchodvam prashuddhas tasya shaka guna pravriddha visaya pravalahe adascha mulanyanu karmanubandhini manushya-loke. So the branches are going both up and down and up. Ataschodvam, atascha urdvam. So adaha means it's going down, and urdvam means going up. Adaschodvam. Prasiddhas, it's extended. Tasya shaka, the branches. And they are nourished by the 3 modes of material nature, guna pravriddha. And the twigs are the sense objects, vishaya pravala. And also the roots are going downwards. Adascha mulani anusantatani. So which is extending downwards. So there is, we know that in the banyan tree it has got root, the main root, that is the trunk, and then there are the sub roots which are all going from the branches. So in this inverted banyan tree, the trunk is going upwards, and whereas all the other roots which are going from the branches, they are all going downwards. That's what adascha mulani anusantatani, and they bind us to this material world. Karmanu bandhini manushya-loke. They bind us to work fruitive activities in this material world. All those roots. That means what we are supposed to do? All these roots which are going downwards are binding us to this material world. That means what we are supposed to do? We are supposed to cut down all those roots. That's what Krishna is going to teach us in the next 2 slokas. The branches of this tree extend downward and upward, nourished by the 3 modes of material nature. The twigs are the objects of the senses. This tree also has roots going down, and these are bound to the fruitive actions of human society. So in the next sloka, Krishna is teaching us next 2 slokas. Narupam asyega tathopalabhyate natho nachadi nacha sampratishta ashvattamenam suvirudamulam asanga sastrena dridena chitva tatat padam tat parimargitavyam yasmin gathana nivartanti bhuyaka tvameva chadyam purusham prapadye tameva chadyam purusham prapadye yatha pravrutti prashuddha purani. So Krishna is now teaching us very clearly in these two slokas that narupamashyega tatopalabhyade. So that tree has no rupa, no form. So that's what narupamashyega tatopalabhyate. So it cannot be perceived. So that's what narupamashyega tatopalabhyate. Nanto nachadir nacha sampratista. So one cannot find where it begins and where it ends. So one cannot find its foundation, where its foundation is. So nanto, nachadir, nacha sampratista. So that means no end, no beginning, and where its foundation is there, nobody can find it out. So so many such roots. Our life in this material world is so much entangled. And every day we are committing so many sins by getting attached to the results. So that means this entanglement is becoming even more severe. So what Krishna is teaching us then? Asvatyamenam suviruda moolam. And these roots which are going downwards, which are binding us to this material world, they are very, very strongly rooted. We cannot uproot them. It's suviruda moolam, means it's very strongly rooted. So what we can do now? Sangasastrena dridena chitva. So with the weapon of detachment, asangasastra, so we have to cut it very strongly. Dridena chitva. That's what Krishna is saying. So that means every attachment what we have in this material world, we need to cut them completely. That's what. That is the way to free ourselves from this material bondage. So all the roots which are going downwards, which are binding us to work in this material world, we should cut all these roots very strongly and then look to go up ourselves. Go up ourselves in the bennett. Once we cut all these roots, that means our connection with this material world will be completely dismantled, completely disconnected. Tata padam tat parimargitavyam yasmin gathana nivartanti bhuyagam. Then we should try to go upward towards the trunk and seek that place. Having gone, we will not be coming back at all. Yasmin gathana nivartanti bhuyagam. So for that, what we are supposed to do? We should simply surrender unto that original supreme person. Tameva chadyam purusham prapadye yataka pravritti prasiddha prani, by whom this world is extended from time immemorial. That's what yataka pravritti prasiddha prani. So that's what we are supposed to do. Krishna is teaching us very clearly. The real form of this tree cannot be perceived in this world. No one can understand where it ends, where it begins, and where its foundation is. But with determination, one must cut down this strongly rooted tree with the weapon of detachment. Thereafter, one must seek that place from which, having gone, one never returns, and there surrender to that supreme personality of God, from whom everything began and from whom everything has extended from since time immemorial. So that's what Krishna is doing. So things are getting very, very clear for us with this Bhagavad Gita knowledge. By Krishna's causeless mercy, we have successfully finished 4 slokas today. This sloka number 3 and 4. So now let us chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra and focus our mind on the transcendental sound vibration. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sadi Gaur Bhakta Vrindam. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Krishna Hare Hare Ram Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare 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 Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Krishna Brinda Mata ji. Hare Krishna Sanjay Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Guruji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Guruji, thank you very much. Thank you very much for the nice lecture. Hare Krishna Guruji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Mohanan Prabhu. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Pranam Guruji.
Pranam Prabhu. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Thank you so much for the class, Guruji. I couldn't attend the class properly for last few days, and somehow I could attend the class today. Thank you so much, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Ram. Satyendra Singh Prabhu. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Guruji, Pranam.
Pranam Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Interesting session today, Guruji. Really, today's sloka was very much interesting, which we have explained about asang sustain dhane chitva. Really, we have to see that how we can do that. And this is the important question. Really, I think by listening you and translating in our life, we can move ahead. Thank you, Guru, for a wonderful class. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Rama Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Yes, Guruji. Yesterday I had to leave early, so I could not attend the class, but I will see the recording, Guruji.
Yes,
Today's class was very nice about the inverted banyan tree, that how our branches and the roots are up, the branches are down. So, Guruji, the trunk, the roots are up. So, what does roots down get attached to the material objects? And
That
we
is-
need to get rid of that.
Yes,
But
correct. We need to cut
the
down-
roots which are showing upwards signify exactly, Guruji.
Yeah, it signifies
Just explain that.
Goloka. It's taking us to Goloka.
Okay.
This tree is
And
from the Goloka.
okay. So the branches which are showing downwards is our attachments to the material objects
That
through
is
our
correct.
senses.
Yes, Mataji, exactly.
Okay. So, so how would the tree become like? Would it be always like this in this position?
That is correct. Once we, for every individual's life, we can consider that it's a banyan tree. So I have my life is a banyan tree, your life is a banyan tree, like that. So we have to, for anyone who cuts down all the roots which are binding us to this material veil, then that person is not connected with this material veil. So then he can go to Goloka. That's it. So that's what is in every individual's life. Everyone's life is like that inverted banyan tree.
Okay, Guruji. Very nice analogy to
Yes.
always remember. Yes, Guruji. Thank you so much, Guruji, for the class. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare.
Today is a very big Ekadashi, Guruji.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Thank you, Guruji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Hare Ram. Hare Krishna. Sumati Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare
Thank you very much for the class, Guruji. So the real tree is the one extending to Goloka. The other
real
tree
root.
which we see is the reflection. Yeah, the real root is the one extending upwards where we don't know where you go. Where it goes, you're saying it goes to Goloka.
That is correct.
And the reflected tree is what we are looking at and thinking that that is the real tree. Is it?
No. It's not like real tree or reflected tree, not like that.
It is a symbolic representation, Guruji.
Our life is a symbolic representation of a tree, banyan tree.
Yeah.
So in this material world, when we see the banyan tree, all the roots are coming downwards. So in this particular banyan tree, only the trunk goes upwards and all the sub-branch, the roots coming from the branches they are going downwards. So we need to understand like that. It's not like reflected or something like that.
Oh, okay. The trunk also goes upwards only then.
Only the trunk only goes upwards. All other roots are going. So any root which is going downwards, we need to cut them. That's it.
Okay. Got it,
Krishna
Guruji.
is not saying trunk going or branches going. So urdhva moolam adaga sakam. So moolam is going upward. That is the root is going upward. Urdhva moolam. Moolam is the root. And ataschordvam, then prasriddhaga, tasya sakaha, guna pravriddhaga. Then adascha moolani. Adascha moolani means the roots are also going downwards. So the roots are going upwards, the roots are also going downwards. I'm just to give us an example, I'm saying that the trunk is going upwards, all the roots from the branches are going downwards. So all the roots which are going downwards, which are binding us to this material world, we need to cut them. So that means we are disconnected from this material world. So then we can go with the route which is going upwards. Through that, we can climb up to the Goloka. That's it.
Okay. And by surrendering unto Krishna, we can cut that. The purport says by surrendering unto Krishna, we can cut the material attachments.
Of course. By remembering Krishna, focusing our mind on Krishna, we are able to disconnect ourselves from this material world. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Guruji. Thank you. Thank you very much for the class, Guruji. I'll put up the YouTube. The last 2 days also I have not put. I'll put it up today.
Okay, Mataji.
All the 3 days. Thank you, Guruji.
Jyoti Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Guruji. Thank you for keeping us in Krishna consciousness.
Yes, Krishna.
Class was nice, very nice.
Yes, Mataji. We are able to understand everything very clearly.
On this auspicious day, listening to Krishna in the morning feels very nice.
Krishna
Thank you,
Sahasra.
Guruji.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Mahendra Shukla Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Hare
Dharam
Krishna.
Pranam. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Good morning, Nandi sir. Happy class. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Pranyapan Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Today's initial explanation is really very good. That when the future, we are always talking about future in the general life. The earth itself is not going to be there. What is the future?
What is the future?
So that is the explanation, a very good explanation you have given. That is one thing. Second thing is most of our sensational, these things are in our head. So reversing, that is standing in reverse. It is more or less like always perish all our sensational things, so that we can really do the best in the life, remembering Krishna. That is the way I think Krishna has explained, that in the thing that totally reverse the banyan tree. Banyan tree is known to all the people in general, because always banyan tree gives the shade for all, many people can give. So he has taken the example of banyan tree and revert it, so that we also can revert, and then we can forget all sensations and go to Krishna. I think that's a very good example. This sloga, all the four slogas are giving. That's my thinking when I heard from you. It's a very, very interesting thing to learn. That is, example also is taken up in such a way that we can remember all the time. So that is my thinking. Thank you, Guruji. Thank you very much for the explanation about all the things. Thank you. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Lakshmi Sridhar Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Guruji, Pranam Guruji.
Pranam Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Last 2 days I could not attend, but by the costless mercy of Krishna, I could attend today's Bhagavad Gita class, the purest and topmost knowledge. Last chapter we have learnt about the 3 modes of nature and how to get free from the 3 modes of nature. Now we are understanding more about Krishna and about ourselves. Just engaging in Krishna's devotional service, Ananya, not thinking about anything else, we can be free from the three modes of nature. Those who always engage in Krishna's service, Krishna will take care of them and Krishna will arrange all our needs. Our goal is only to think about Krishna all the time. To understand Krishna, Krishna is the source of everything. Krishna is the source of creation as well as annihilation. Everything emanates from Krishna. Actually, in this world, future is very uncertain. Sun is ever expanding and life may end on earth at any time. Life is temporary. We should focus only on Krishna all the time. Steady mind, we become free from all the faults and get equal to Brahman. Bhagavad Gita gives us the knowledge for that to leave the world forever. Anyone who has no faith in these things, they will come back to this world again and again. But a devotee of Krishna who is engaged in all ways in Krishna's service, then Krishna will deliver the person from the ocean of the material world. We have to give up all attachments. We should go to the eternal destination. Think only about Krishna, focus our mind on Krishna, and to go to Goloka. Krishna is the supreme person, master of all senses. We experience the ultimate happiness by the Bhagavad Gita knowledge. Krishna's mercy will free us from all miseries. In the chapter 15th, sloka number 1, the analogy of inverted banyan tree is explained with roots above and branches downwards. If one person who knows about this, he is the knower of Vedas. And in the second sloka, branches are downwards and upwards. And these branches are nourished by the three modes of nature. Twigs are sense objects, roots are downwards, trunk is going upwards, and we are binded by these roots of this material world. In the third, fourth slokas, Krishna says that this tree has not been perceived by very easily. The tree has no form. This cannot be perceived. One cannot find its beginning or end. No beginning and end for this material world is much entangled. Roots are coming downwards, which are bind us strongly. We have to cut these two roots strongly. And all that attachments to this material world ought to be cut, free from the material bondage. We have to go up ourselves in the banyan tree. We should try to go upward, by which no coming down back. We have to surrender to the Supreme Lord, for whom everything has begun and everything is extended. Thank you very much, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mani Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare
Since
Krishna.
I was traveling for last 1 week or more, 10 days, today only I came back to Bangalore. So I could able to listen to it on a full version. So we have repeated this banyan tree, explanation. See the interpretation and the Krishna what want us tell us is, see there is an inward, root which goes miles together. Normally we look at the top portion where the branches are there, and each branch it produces the new branches and it goes on. So what I interpret in this, what Krishna may convey in this is that the outside roots and branches, which is going multiple phases, it is showing a Rajoguna, wherein which it gets the happiness, giving shelter, producing the fruits, and providing the fruits to others, and maybe it is enjoying its happiness through that process. So photosynthesis and water management, whatever it is, so it creates multiple roots, branches, and it takes it and it gives back to the mankind by a different route, different way. There is an inward which goes miles together. We don't know. In our eyes, we cannot find out how it is deep rooted. So in deep rooted inward position, we can call it as a bonding. It is nothing but maybe it is not a Rajo, it is a Tamo, wherein which it gets its happiness in a deep rooted. So maybe in a banyan tree, if you find that it goes miles together, the roots, you can't find it. The origin, we can't find it. So there is an independent quality wherein which a particular branch or something, it doesn't go, in a multiple phases like Rajo. It goes on independently, happily towards upward. Neither it is attached with the deep-rooted inward roots, nor it is attached with the branches. It goes independently. So Krishna wants to tell us that you go independently by surrendering to me without attaching with the inward roots, which is nothing but a bonding, banda, basa, all these things are there. The family connections, all these things are there. The other root is Rajo, and you enjoy that you are doing everything, and you create your multiple, generation of branches. But the independent one, trunk, root, which doesn't involve this process with the deep-rooted roots, nor it goes to the other part of Rajo activities. It goes independently, and it goes upward. It is not perturbed. It is not disturbed by external element, and it doesn't reproduce. It goes upward and reaches his Goloka. So the mankind also has to reach the Goloka in the same manner. Neither he should, attach with his bonding, all other things. Neither he should be attached with the Rajo activities of, multiple creation, reproductions, giving fruits, all these things, which is materialistic. It should go independently and reach the destination and never come back. So the banyan tree explanation is the same thing. And we need to know more about that during the course of the lecture. There are multiple meaning. We can't look it as a very simplified meaning. It has a deep-rooted meaning. We should understand that. But we don't know scientifically how that independent branch or root which goes to Goloka through banyan tree, neither it go inward nor it goes upward. It goes independently in a straight line. That means it is not attached with anything, any other process. But I don't know scientifically how logically it can be explained. Thank you very much for today's class. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Let us listen to Srila Prabhupada's Kirtana.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare